Hey, Lisa Workman here to talk to you about functional feet. How often do we forget to give our feet some TLC? So today I want to guide you through some specific things and really quite simple things that you could do for your feet. First and foremost, let's connect to our feet. So if that means kind of rolling from the heels to the toes, or shifting our weight side to side and moving our feet coming onto the edge, the outsider edge of the feet, or the inside edge of the feet, roll around, move those toes around, see if you can get some connection to your feet. The second thing I'd like you to do is check your alignment. Yes, your feet need to be in proper position. So if they are duck feet and they are sort of out and waddly like a penguin, bring those toes in. If they are coming and pointing inward, you need to adjust and bring those toes out. So the key thing that I think about is thinking about the edge of the back of the heel in lining up with that pinky toe. So see if you can find that placement of where that heel and toe are located. Yes, alignment is so important, and we don't even think about it when we're standing on our feet day in and day out. So keep in mind, how are you aligning your feet? And if they're in proper alignment, typically those toes might be slightly going inward, but typically we want to have most of the toes facing forward. The third thing I want you to consider is thinking about the placement of the weight on your feet. So if you can think of your foot sort of like a triangle, and the two top corners of that triangle are going to be your big toe and your pinky toe. And so if I've reversed my triangle upside down, that one corner is the big toe, the other corner is the pinky toe. Then when it comes to that point at the end, that's your heel. So see if you can apply pressure through the big toe, the little toe, and then in through the heel. Okay, now let's get those feet moving. Go ahead and spread those toes as wide as you can. Now, I know in my feet that pinky toe does not want to move. So see if you can spread them apart as far as possible, and then let them slowly come back in. Again, spread those toes nice and wide, spread them out, and then slowly let them come in. Do it one more time. Spread those toes out nice and wide, and then relax and bring them back in together. Now from here, I want you to see if you can bring those toes off the ground. So press down into the joints that are below the toes. So that would be, but more so underneath the big toe, you'll feel it, and underneath that little toe. And then if you get any of the other ones down, that's great. So press into those joints underneath the toes, and then lift the toes up off the ground. Lift them up, lift them up, lift them up as high as you can, and then slowly lower them down. Again, press into what we would consider the knuckles of the feet. Press down and lift those toes up. One more time, we'll do that lift, bringing those toes up, 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 and then letting them come back down. Now let's combine those two things together. We're going to lift those toes up, spread them apart while they're elevated, bring them back together, and let them drop down. So we'll do the two more times. Lift those toes up, spread those toes apart, bring them back together, and then slowly lower those toes. One more time. Lift those toes up, spread them all the way apart, and then let them come back together and drop those toes down. Great, great job. For this next exercise, you might need to hit pause on the video for a second to go grab it. We need to find ourselves a face cloth, a dish towel, or even like take your sock off and use your sock, because we're going to do some toe crunches. Yes, I said it, toe crunches. Take that dishcloth and stick it underneath your toes, and we're going to squish those toes back towards the foot, back to those toe knuckles. Try to pull that towel towards the middle of the foot. So squeezing those toes, pulling those toes towards the foot while we have a bit of an external load, right? We're trying to pull against that dishcloth. If this is too much for you, of course, you don't need to use that dishcloth. You could simply bend those toes towards the foot. But if you can, add that towel for that added resistance. Squeeze those toes into the foot, bring those muscles and contract them, and try to get those toes to move even more. Well, this video is all about the feet, and all I've been focusing on is the toes. So, well, they are the most movable joints in our feet, of course. We can also start including the foot. So if you need to pause the video here to go grab something, go ahead and pause it. I'm looking for a little ball, or you can use a lid or a cap off of a milk jug in a pinch. And we're going to take that ball and place it under the heel of the foot. So here's where the whole foot gets to join the party. Go ahead and put that ball on the bottom of the heel. Allow it to sit there and apply some pressure. Now we're going to move that ball down to where the heel meets the arch of the foot. So you're going to feel potentially some really big sensation. Hold it there, feel that little bit of tension under that ball, and then roll that ball all the way through the bottom of the foot. And that could be talking to you, so apply the pressure that feels best for you. And then take that ball all the way up to the base of those toes, to those knuckles of the toes, and see if you can roll that ball kind of through each of those 5 joints. Just roll, and see if you can find some sensation. Ooh, say that 3 times. Some sensation underneath that foot. Excellent job. So bringing awareness to the whole entire foot by simply using something underneath. Now that you've done one foot, take a moment and just feel what it feels like in that foot versus the other. It probably feels quite different. So I encourage you to do the second foot as well, because it's important that we apply balance to our exercise. But I won't keep you here much longer on this video. So go ahead and use that rubber ball, or if in a pinch, if you don't have one, you can grab a lid off of a milk jug so it still applies a bit of pressure under your foot so you get a bit of sensation. Once you've done both feet, go ahead and just stand and just see what it feels like in your feet. Do you feel those muscles engaged? Do you feel some awareness, maybe some sensation on the toe pads? What do you feel? And I really hope that you feel something different, because what you have done is you've brought some blood flow, some movement, some kind of excitability to the feet, which then allows them to function better. So if you are practicing any balance exercises at home, this set of foot exercises is really helpful to do before you practice your balance, because your feet, of course, are your foundation, and they're what keeping you supported in balance exercises. So just a little snippet on how to keep those feet functional, keeping them moving. You can do this every day if you want to make sure that you're using your feet most effectively. So I hope this little video was helpful for you, giving you some ideas, some suggestions to bring a bit more functionality to your feet, and hopefully that then transmits to the rest of your body. Take care of yourself. Hope you have some happy feet now, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.